Nintendo's got some young whippersnappers to replace them old geezers.
Let's go!
I didn't mean that to be disrespectful, because we love the old geezers. They've done a great job for years.
Yeah.
But
There's definitely some turnover happening.
Yeah, you gotta ask the question: where is the company headed once the geezers are gone?
Yeah.
I need to stop calling them geezers, because that's really disrespectful.
Well, let's just get on to the first new employee at Nintendo. Well,
Yes.
at least new position. I mean,
Yes.
some of these people are moving within the company.
Mm-hmm.
But let's start with Doug Bowser.
Dun, dun.
He's the new marketing dude. He's replacing Scott Moffat. And if you are like signed up for Nintendo's press emails, which anybody can be, so you might as well do that. You would always see little snippets of positivity from Scott Moffat in there, like we're announcing this new game, and then Scott Moffat has a quote, and it's like, this is gonna really revolutionize the way human beings have fun. Scott Moffat. It's like, wow, you have an employee to talk up your own stuff. Well, now it's Doug Bowser, which is just awesome because that last name.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you not get a job at Nintendo?
Yeah.
Him and his kids are set for life.
Yeah, they looked at the guy's resume and they're like, I don't know. Did you check the name? He's hired.
Yes, right. So
you flunked every single test that we have, but your last name is Bowser, so we have to hire you.
Yeah. So one cool thing about this guy is, the saga of CND, right? Something Nintendo Dude, I believe. He's a YouTuber.
Okay, cool Nintendo Dude.
I think so.
Is it?
He was in line for the Switch for a month. You remember that?
Yes.
Okay, so Triforce Johnson was always the first person in line, but now he's handing the reins over to this guy.
Oh, wow.
So anyway, he made a lot of videos
Triforce
about
Johnson, that's a name that I haven't heard in years.
Really?
Yeah. Holy cow.
He's around, but he's passing the torch. Anyway, CND was really hoping to meet Reggie, shake his hand, buy the Switch, because this was at the Nintendo World store, or New York. But Reggie didn't show up, and Doug Bowser was there, so CND got a Switch from Doug Bowser.
Wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
Way to go, Bowser.
Yes.
We have Kimishima, who, he is not necessarily a young spring chicken. Not all these guys have to be. But, there's people who have been in the background that are kind of starting to come to the foreground.
Yeah.
Kimishima, president of Nintendo for this past year, and his time is up, question mark?
Yeah, so there was discussion. It was like kind of rumors that this was going to be a 1-year presidency. But he recently clarified that. He said there was some talk about him only being in place for a year, but they actually just renew every position on the board every year.
Okay.
Just have a meeting, revisit it, make sure everybody's doing a good job.
Okay.
So he's actually around to stay.
Way to go, Kimishima. You're doing a good job so far.
I think he's doing good.
Very, very optimistic fellow. Very positive about the Switch's future. And
yeah, we have a video on our friends channel at Nintendo Force where we ask the question, can Switch really outsell the Wii? Which is what Kimishima's goal is.
Yeah, and that's a big feat, but he's really excited. He's, in this position for just the second year, and he's wanting to swing for the fences, which is good.
Yes. Now let's talk about Damon Baker, who is right now the indie relations / portfolio manager at Nintendo. And we talked last week in an episode about a former president of Nintendo, Yamauchi. And Yamauchi used to pick which games could be published on Nintendo consoles. Now, it's not quite the same process anymore, but Damon Baker has kind of a similar job where he is screening, or at least in charge of the group that does it, to decide which indie games are coming to the Switch when. So he's a portfolio manager, he's vetting these people, he's also going out and making new relationships with developers, kind of courting them, I don't know, taking them to play golf. Probably. So
he's probably really good at that.
Yeah, and he's saying that he wants Switch to have a continual pipeline of high quality indie games, games that more often than not take advantage of Switch's special features in certain ways. And he just wants to make sure that everything people can buy is good. So he's filtering out some of that shovelware.
Very good. Way to go, Damon.
Yes, and you will recognize him. He's kind of a monotone dude like me. He was on the indie presentation. He was the one introducing these games, which is very fitting for that job.
Yes, he does seem like a nice guy, though. I want to meet him.
Definitely.
Yoshiaki Koizumi, who has been around for quite a while, been working on the Legend of Zelda especially, and also Mario games.
Yeah, he was putting stuff in games.
Yeah, he's like, a designer. I think he did some art direction as well.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but he's been working on these games ever since like A Link to the Past.
Mm-hmm.
But we haven't really seen him up until January when we saw him do the Joy-Con stuff and a lot of the presentation for the Switch in that January presentation. He seems to do really well in front of crowds, so I don't think it's going to be the last time that we've seen him.
Yeah. It's like he's the new Iwata in some ways as far as presentation. Because Kimishima, he took the stage, but he wasn't in any of those videos.
No.
So it seemed like maybe they're giving this to him.
Could be. Koizumi did a wonderful job in the presentation.
Dropping the Joy-Con with the straps on his hand and shaking the ice cubes. Yeah.
Very photogenic guy.
Right.
And I don't think it's the last that we've seen of him. And you can definitely tell that he's a hard worker from all the stuff that he's done in the Mario and Legend of Zelda games.
Oh, yeah. You liked him from his Majora's Mask contribution, right?
Yes, he did a lot of the inputs for the darker themes in Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
He was actually apparently working on a board game at the time. He was making this board game, and they're like, hey, we need you to help on Legend of Zelda. He's like, okay. And so he made it awesome.
What a diverse fellow.
Great guy.
And then lastly, a very cool, somewhat touching story here is that if you beat Breath of the Wild, no spoilers, you watch the credits, there is a bunch of Japanese names, just big team of Japanese names. And there's one American name, Corey Burnell. So people were like, that's kind of curious. They Googled him.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, his username on a forum was Corey Burnell.
Nice.
So they found this post from 10 years ago, and he was just talking about how his dream was to work at Nintendo someday.
Wow.
So from forum posts to designing Breath of the Wild, this guy has achieved his dreams. So there's more to the story than that. We'll have a link in the description to make it very easy.
Nintendo.
So read about it.
Nintendo is now the land where dreams come true.
Yes.
Where you can pursue your dream and where dreams come true.
That's right. I might have said that was the last story, but I was just kidding.
Well, that was the last main story. We do have other people that we want to talk about. There are younger developers that are making their way into Nintendo's history books.
Yeah.
By way of Splatoon, we saw that a lot of that development team and that IP came from a younger generation.
Yes.
They're doing fantastic work. Great original ideas, great execution.
Yep.
Really hitting home with the culture.
I know Miyamoto in particular, he's really trying to pass on some of those development responsibilities. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Mario Maker had a lot of younger people, which kind of makes sense with all the crazy sound effects and things that happen very untraditional Nintendo. So he's trying to pass the torch here and there.
He's doing a great job, and they're doing a great job.
Little pieces of the torch, perhaps. So, hey, that's attached to our microphone.
We have a thing that's right here, in case you guys didn't know. That's in the blooper reel.
All right, now you know everything you need to about the up-and-coming staff to be watching for at our favorite company in the world.
Yes, Nintendo.
Thanks for checking out this video, and thanks for being part of the crew.
Don't forget to leave your comments below in the comments section. Tell us who you are excited to see doing more stuff on Nintendo.
See you guys next time.
Signing out.